Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Trenches coming at you, episode 16. You know the deal as always. Jay Fine here with Don Gordon and SK. We're coming at you.
Yo.
We got a couple things to talk about. Honestly, it's been, up until today, it's kind of been like a pretty uneventful week. Like, it just seemed like, we had some football. Yeah. We had the baseball playoffs a little bit. Nothing crazy, but do we want to just get right into the news that broke this morning about the NBA? We can talk about it?
We can get to it, but I do have to say a shout out to
Oh, you do? Oh, yeah. All right.
Yeah, bro. I was going to say, don't you dare.
I can't gloss over that.
Don't you dare start this off without giving our boys, the boys who the Red Sox, some love.
We're going to give them love. Yeah. Oh, we'll give them love.
Dude, all I'm saying is I'm here in the streets of New York. With all these guys chanting and raving, New York, New York. And all time, getting ready. We get home field advantage. And what happens? They play this overpaid pitcher. Was it 36 mil?
Yeah.
Like that.
Yep.
To have a flop of a game. The Green Monsters saved us on a couple home runs. I think what happened, Stanton almost had it over.
Yeah.
And it saved us for a couple things. And we just played so well. Tampa Bay, that's another thing, but that's next week. All we know is right now, we beat the New York Yankees. We are superior. Anyone from New York, Long Island, New Jersey, has anything to say about it,
eat it.
Take a seat, and we'll talk next year, all right? Take a seat. We'll talk next year.
Yeah, this is a reoccurring thing for Gordon. Every time he's got. I want to be introduced to these dudes that you got this rivalry with, because this is ongoing at this point.
Just calling the boys out. Yeah, we're gonna have cutouts.
He's got these inside jokes for his Long Island boys. They talk shit back and forth. I gotta meet these guys
for real. Come on,
dude. What's even worse is they're not even all Yankees fans. They're more Mets and Jets guys. So they're just. They're just upset, They're constantly losing. They want to talk all that smart. Like,
damn.
It's tough, dude. It's so tough.
It's tough, but hey, you got the last word now. Mets, Yankees, whoever. Sox, baby.
Sox, baby.
Sox moving on. I believe tonight is game 1 down in Tampa Bay for the start of that series. So that should definitely be pretty interesting.
Do you know what time that is?
I think it's like a 7:05 start. I'm not positive. Yeah, definitely not positive. But yeah, shout out to the Red Sox beating the Yankees in the 1-game playoff and then moving on. And I even got to say, I'm definitely not the biggest baseball fan. I can honestly say I didn't pay attention that much to baseball this year. I even really watched too much Yankees and Sox. But as a fan of sports and competition, and as an athlete, you have to have respect for one of the greatest rivalries in history of sports, and just have to pay reverence to the fact that you got two of the oldest, most historic franchises in a 1-game playoff in Fenway Park.
I like
all in the marbles. You gotta love that.
You know what I actually like? I'm starting to like the one and done situations. I'm starting to like the play-in stuff.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It gives it a much more competition, much more competitive edge. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the season, people are like, well, we're already locked in for here, or we're locked in for here. Like, nah, get your shit right. Like, this is when the real season starts. This is when the real season starts. So, do you deserve to be here? Let's find out. But yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
I'm with you, Steve, bro. I really liked what they've been doing with the play-in stuff.
Yeah.
They need to expand the college football, kind of, that whole championship right there. I think that needs to be changed. But what they did for the NBA this season with the play-in games, I thought it was exceptional. Gave a lot of teams that made last runs an opportunity to be great. And it showed. For a lot of teams that were very at the bottom were able to sneak in because of playing games. So I do love giving them the opportunity, and it gives a couple guys, the higher guys, a little bit of rest before they actually start the game. So
exactly,
yeah, full agreement with you.
Yeah.
Well, we got our baseball. We give the Red Sox their shout out. I know there was some additional stuff. I think the White Sox played the Astros last night in another. I don't really know.
Was that a thriller?
I don't know.
Oh,
I'm not gonna lie. I'm just shouting out what I think happened. I know there was obviously another wild card game in the NL. I don't really know what happened.
It ain't Red Sox.
No, it ain't Red Sox Yankees. So it didn't cut it for me. But so speaking of it, I'm still trying to wrap my head around. So I'm not gonna come out and pretend like I know what's going on. But, we were mentioning real quick before we went live that it broke today that there's a big scam where NBA players were actually arrested, right? I believe it was 18 or 20 arrested. Not like indicted, not like leaked, like you're in trouble, like, yo, you're arrested. Like arrested for charges basically saying they defrauded health insurance claims and something like that with the league's policies. Insurance fraud.
Yeah.
I don't really know. I haven't read any details as to like how the fraud was committed. Or exactly who was involved. I know a couple people mentioned. We had Glenn Big Baby Davis. We had Tony Allen, Sebastian Telfair, a couple names.
Jamario Moon.
You
know, it was just like, wow.
Wow, yeah. I did. Do either of you guys know any more details about what happened with that?
I have.
Yo, Steve, you know what it is. Let us know. Let the people know.
Like, here's the thing. I really don't know that much about it. The thing that I know for sure was Glenn Big Baby Davis was in some, like, trouble, basically fraudulent trouble last year.
Yeah.
With the same time. He even posted, like, a video saying, hey, all my paperwork is good. I've been briefcase on briefcase on briefcase of, like, hundreds, and then with his Celtics championship ring right on top of it. Now, mind you, that was last year, and that's what he was dealing with.
Right.
What you just said, what Justin just said, to reiterate again, these 18 former NBA players all got arrested. So there's no like, yo, maybe I'll have my day in court, nothing like that. Like, they went through everything that they had to do, found them, charged them, booked them. So I really don't know what's going on from here. Like, it just broke this morning.
For sure.
So we don't really have that much more intel to tell you guys, but that's going to be a big thing in itself.
Because I feel like there's one thing that we can be sure of, and that's that, like, this probably wasn't a situation where they were just, like, arrested on a hunch, right? Like, I feel like for them to come out and take down, like, 18 former, like, prominent NBA players, they had to have these cases signed, sealed, and delivered. Like, this has probably been years of evidence and, like, investigation, and it's probably, like, black and white. Like, hey, like, you're going to go to a jury, and it's literally all spelled out exactly what you did. You're guilty. We have you. There's no, like, smoking gun they need to find, so to speak. You know what I mean?
It was, like, that's what I'm saying. It was all there, cut and clear, dry, straightforward.
Yeah.
Like, there's no hiding it, no running around it, no just getting around it. So, definitely going to have some more information for you guys next time. I'm still looking up some stuff right now just because, like I said, it broke like legit a few hours ago.
Yeah, developing story. We're monitoring it as well. Other than just a couple of the players that are involved in some of the overarching large details like insurance fraud, we don't really know much else. But as soon as we know, we'll let you guys know because obviously that's going to be a big topic in the sports world moving forward. Either
I know Gordon has some intel on this next guy. You're right here. This guy right here, bro. He's been waiting to talk about it.
Yeah.
He doesn't even have to see the page, but here he
No,
knows what's going on.
Tell us what's going on.
Tell us what up, G.
Dude, when you think about players, coaches, when you think about people that you want to play for, right now in this country of the United States of America, I don't think there's an actual single player that wants to be coached by Urban Meyer.
Nah.
That man was brought onto this broken program in Jacksonville, and they signed the number one quarterback, Trevor Lawrence.
Yep.
Start to the resurgence of this franchise, right? After another loss, they're 0-4 right now, right? 0-4?
Yeah, they're winless, yeah.
Yeah, they're 1-1.
Either way, they've lost way more than they've lost. And this individual over here, I'm not gonna name names. He's not from the suburbs. He is urban. That's not where he's from, right? He decides to go out to a college bar. Think about this. It is a college bar. This is a grown man with a family, kids, going to a college bar, had some girls sitting on his lap. People were taking pictures. And you got to think, if you're going to do something like that, you can't let people take pictures. Come on now. You got to know the rules. You cannot let people take pictures of you. And what happens? He becomes a distraction. He becomes with a team, organization, on and off the field distraction. Because what happens, right? You're a losing team. and the first thing that the head coach decides to do is go party with some young girls. He went in for an apology, was on TV, did the whole thing, but no one believed that. Steve, you believe that apology?
Nah, hell no. You could tell that shit was sorry as
So,
hell, man.
It was terrible.
Yeah, you could just tell that shit was sorry as hell.
Exactly, because of how bad it was, you got the M coming down saying, we heard his apology, but we'll see what happens moving forward. He has to earn our trust back. So it's just craziness, and clearly there's a lot of things going on. I remember I saw something. I swear I saw about him when Urban Meyer was on TV some time ago, and he said the thing that will ruin a football team: distractions. There's a few other things on there like partying and things like that, and those will destroy them. And he literally did all three of those things in one night. You know what I'm saying? So if that's an eye into what the Jacksonville Jaguars program is right now, that should just tell you.
Can I throw something out here? Kind of crazy.
Yeah.
So,
I want to hear it.
All right. So this is actually a completely different twist on what happened, and I want to pose this to you guys because I'm curious. Someone posed it to me the other day, and there's a few more details, and this theory was posed to me, and it actually makes a lot of sense. I want to run it by you guys. All right,
ready for it.
So first off, the bar that Urban Meyer was at is his bar. He owns that bar. Okay, so he was stopping into a bar in Ohio that he owns.
Okay.
Now, there's two distinct pieces of footage that came out of that bar.
Definitely.
There's the one where it appears that he's being grinded on by a young girl.
Yep.
And then there's the other one where it appears that afterwards he's posing for a picture with the young girl and her friend. Right? So we have a video and we have a photograph.
Right.
Now, it's been made to seem like the photograph happened after the picture, so that he danced with this girl and then he took a picture with her. But there's two things that someone pointed out, and it actually kind of changes everything. If you think about it, I'm not saying you have to buy into this theory, but when you watch the video of Urban Meyer getting grinded up on, right, very carefully, he has his hands covering over his crotch, covering it, not letting the lady make contact with his crotch. And people are speculating that essentially what happened was, instead of it being that he went to his bar, started grinding with this girl, and then took pictures with her and her friends after, people are speculating he went to his bar, which obviously when Urban Meyer shows up to his bar, he's not there very often, especially during football season. It's a scene, right? People want to take a bunch of pictures with him. He takes pictures with a bunch of people, including this young girl and her friends. Right. And then at some point later on the night, while he's sitting there, this girl's had a few drinks. They've already, she's already said hi and taken a picture with him. And she comes up for a video. Her friend's probably taking a video. And she's like, get a video of me dancing on Urban Meyer. And she tries to go dance on him. And without trying to cause a scene, he's kind of sits there and puts his hands over his crotch and kind of just like, hey, and then that's where that video comes from. That's the other theory that was thrown out there.
Are you buying that? Hold on, real quick. Justin, are you buying that?
I'm not saying I necessarily buy it. I'm just saying I could see that being.
Remember, this is the trenches, dog. Keep it real.
So look, I look. Is that probably what happened? Probably not. But. Yeah. I will say that there is something to be seen between reality TV and media and all that stuff. You see how stuff can get spun, right?
Right.
There's definitely a chance that what happened, that did happen and is getting spun. And now, to a bunch of dudes like us, we look at it and we're like, yeah, sure, he was just in there, and sure, that's what happened. But I'm not discounting that there is a chance that is what happened. I'm not saying it's likely, but I will say that there is a chance. He still stinks, and he's still a bad coach, and he's a super big distraction to the team. He should probably be fired. But I'm just saying that specific incident may be getting warped a little bit. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
I feel it. G, what's up, man? Tell me something.
Dude, I get it, right? There are a lot of things that you can kind of confer from that picture, right? Anything possible story that could have been it, but it looks bad.
It does.
And from Steve, you understand. Justin, you should understand too. It's one of those things where when you're in a program, maybe you might have won more games. You definitely did win more games than we did, Steve, at Elon. But when you're in a losing program, you're supposed to be, that person that kind of brings you out of the dust, and you're over here, taking pictures, being with these people.
Sure.
That's not the right look to look like in season. You know what I'm saying? And I get it.
That's the larger issue.
It was whether he's trying to, take pictures, be with the locals and show that he's a local guy, or he's over here dancing with some young girl. Either way, that's not where he should be the night of a loss in a losing right now in his first season, in season. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
It's not a good look for a head coach, not a good look for a professional moving.
Was this in Ohio?
It was in Ohio, yeah. So because remember when he was at Ohio State, so he's got a bar out there, so he was out in Ohio. So basically, because he was in Cincinnati, right? Because he was in Cincinnati, he didn't fly back with the team. So basically, yeah, I think Gordon, your overarching point is 100% correct. That even let's just say the version that I told is the truth, and he actually wasn't doing anything malicious like cheating or like being scandalous. The fact that he is not with his team, he's at a bar, be it his bar, whatever, and he's not figuring out how to get that team back on track, and he's causing distractions is the large issue. Whether he's doing anything wrong or not, he was doing something wrong by putting himself in that situation.
So yeah, I mean, it's none of it's right, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you're telling me no one from the Jags organization or just anyone in his camp or family or just friends, you know what I'm saying, could be around like, hey, you probably shouldn't do this right now, man.
Well, that's exactly it. Like when he said he wasn't taking the plane back with the team, was there someone like a higher up, a member of the organization that was probably like, hey, Urban, like, you sure this is what you want to do right now?
Do you see what I'm saying? Like, it just really doesn't make any sense.
No,
so, like, at that point, I really can't have empathy or sympathy or whatever you want to call it because, like, yo, you chose to do that after you just got your ass whooped. I don't care if you just lost by a point. Your team's 0-4. Yep. To me, you got your ass whooped every single game.
Yeah.
But you decided to go to a bar, not hit the film room, and discuss with your players what is our next step to get this season on track. Because it's not like the season's a lost hope already.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They're down 4 games. You can definitely turn that shit around. Lose 2 more, you're still in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? But it starts now. And it's not going to help if you're trying to do that shit halfway through the season. You already seen your head coach going to bars, not coming back with the team.
Right.
They're not going to fuck with you.
No.
They're not going to play for you.
Why would they?
They're going to look at you like, all right.
Yeah, man.
Where's the GM at? Get him the ass out of here.
Literally.
He makes us not want to be here.
Literally.
Makes us look like clowns doing all this shit. Damn. Yeah. I don't know what the hell Buddy got going on, but someone from the top needed to help him out, and they just did not.
I'm a firm believer that even the top to bottom worst squad in the NFL, if you give them a competent coach, they will not finish last. I feel like more often than not, it coincides that the team that comes in last place also has like one of the worst coaches in the league. You know what I mean?
Because think about it, at the end of the day, like these are all professionals. Like these are the top tier levels in their respected sports. You know what I'm saying? So like no one's ass out there. Except for Jared Goff. But that's something different. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're not going to have that situation or have that many people on your team like, well, I guess this is it. Guess we're done. No, people are going to have some fight in them. Yep. But you have to have someone who's going to, like, be at the top and, like, hold them together. You know what I mean? Does that make it, like, any sense?
A glue guy. You need the glue
guy. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because otherwise, shit's just going to fall and crumble.
You got to unite everybody to buy into the cause. Like, what are we playing for?
And that wasn't it.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
No, for sure.
Yeah.
It definitely wasn't it. It definitely wasn't it.
No, I'm very curious to see what happens to that organization moving forward. It's looking like there's a good chance Urban Myer might be the first head coach fired of the year. So
really? Yeah.
If there's still sports, all I'm saying, if there's still sports books out there that are offering bets on first head coach to be fired, I'd look in to see what Urban Meyer's at right now. He's got to be in the hot seat.
Dude, spin zone. Guy wants to go back to college.
Hey, maybe
that was even a reason, bro. You know he does.
Bro, yeah. Well, very interesting enough. I saw a stat the other day that 85% of Power 10 conference ADs have said that they would not be interested in hiring Urban Meyer should he become available. Yeah.
Just because of that video, or was that before?
I think that factored into it. Yeah, that was a poll that was taken after that incident.
You see what I'm talking about?
Yeah. So, he'll always have a coaching job, but is it going to be at like some D3 school and
Probably.
or is it going to be back at like a Power 10 call? That's the question. So, yeah. Speaking of, we just talked about someone who really underperforms, but let's talk about someone who really overperformed. Especially, let's give this man his claps. And I just gotta say, he really turned it around because the week before, last week, Justin Fields did not look good.
No, he did.
He looked scared. That team, like when the Cleveland Browns,
They went to town
on him, and I was sitting there going, "Damn it, Justin! I've been defending you. I said, how were you not like the first quarterback drafted? Like,
right.
But then he came back out last week and he looked really good, right?
Yeah.
Granted, it was the Lions, but maybe that's just what you need. Maybe you just need a game. Let the young quarterback get his feet under him and get some confidence, build that relationship with with that team. And I'm curious to see what happens this week. They got the Raiders. And the Raiders are just coming off a loss. I still don't think that defense is great, and that secondary is super banged up to begin with.
Hurt.
So, I don't know.
It's
Justin Fields.
Depleted. So this could be like legit Buddy's breakout game. We don't have to hear any more about Andy Dalton. We don't have to worry about calling him anymore. He's going to be QB1 until the season is done. They already exclaimed that. They already exclaimed that. So I'm happy for that organization. At the end of the day, I'm really happy for Justin Fields because this is an opportunity in the moment he's been waiting for. You know what I'm saying? And no disrespect to Andy Dalton. Still, he was a quarterback, did his thing, but dude's just light years better. You know what I'm saying? Just light years
honestly,
better.
I don't even feel the need to say respect to Andy Dalton because, look, Andy, you're obviously a better quarterback than me, but what did you ever do in the NFL? You were literally a career disappointment. You never won a playoff game. You never, I don't believe the Bengals. I don't even know if they ever won the division under Andy Dalton. They might have maybe once. Maybe once. But even if they did win the division and make the playoffs, they never won a playoff game.
Exactly.
And as of the last few years, he's been a backup. Now, don't get me wrong. It's a great backup to have. I'll take Andy Dalton as my backup quarterback, any day of the week. But I think everybody here knew that it was just a matter of time. So, yeah, I mean, respect to Andy Dalton, but I don't think this was ever a competition. I don't think Andy Dalton even has a leg to stand on because what's his resume? You know what I mean?
I've been a backup for a year, so I deserve this.
I deserve it.
And you're like, no, it doesn't work like that. Any job, any situation, you go there, they're obviously going to have people behind you because they're going to work and most likely take your shit. So what do you have to do? Keep working and keep working and keep working. At some point, I guess that just fell off, or he just wasn't as talented, and here we are. QB1, Justin Fields. Let's get it.
I'm pumped for Justin Fields. And actually, one of the reasons I'm very pumped for Justin Fields is just because also Trey Lance might potentially also be making a start, which I would love. First off,
did you hear about it today?
I didn't know. Was there an update today?
They took Garoppolo out of first team reps.
No.
Yeah. I saw it.
No. Yeah.
I saw it.
Let's go.
Yep. I saw it on the score update earlier today, bro.
Well, I mean, look, I don't really know what's going on, but with this situation, but I do know that after I found out Jimmy Garoppolo's injury was not a calf strain, but a calf contusion. And for those of you who aren't familiar, a contusion is a fancy word for a bruise. It's a bruise, people. So he's got a bruise on his calf.
A strong contusion.
Yeah,
that's a bruise.
It sounds bad.
It sounds bad,
but all it is a bruise.
It's a bruise. He's got a bruise on his calf. There aren't too many things I feel like a bruise on my calf could keep me out of.
Especially he's not a mobile quarterback like that.
Yeah,
he'll get out when he needs to, but that's really not going to affect anything.
I mean, I would rather play through like a bruised calf, like a bruise on my calf, than like a sprained ankle or like a ligament, a broken bone, like something like that. Like a bruise on my calf is not that bad. Or even like I'll even take that over like one like right here,
on the thigh.
On the thigh, the big meat part of the thigh. Like no, like in the calf, you should be fine. And especially. It might be painful, but a bruise, you're not going to hurt yourself playing through a bruise, A. And B, when you have a young stud who's creeping, and he wants your starting job, and everyone's just saying it's only a matter of time before you get your starting job, and now you let something like this take you out, and you give them a reason. You're giving them a reason to give him your job.
Feel me?
So
next man up.
So this we might be seeing the emergence of both Justin Fields and Trey Lance. I'm super excited for it because I'm just curious to see how both of these quarterbacks pan out, and if Trey Lance can prove that can justify his value in the sense that when we all thought Justin Fields should have gone in that spot.
Yeah. We all knew that he should have gone in that spot,
right?
But,
and again, things like the Wonderlic test, there were other metrics that indicated that too. So, anyway, this is Trey Lance's time to shut everybody up, talking about how inexperienced he is, how he wasn't the best quarterback, available, blah blah blah.
Hey, I gotta lay something down for the Bears, right?
Yeah,
let's hear it.
So like I said, occasionally when I'm working, I like to keep some ESPN in the background, try to listen to some noise. I didn't watch that much this week, but what I did hear was what changed up for the Bears this week was their play calling procedure. Apparently, this week they gave Nagy complete control of the play calling situation. Instead of having, apparently they admitted to coaches being able to do this, that, and the other thing, and now they give Nagy complete control where the plays are being called. So that was kind of weird to me, but. So maybe it shows some kind of synchronicity, right? This week, they said when Andy Dalton comes back, he will be the starter. Completely. And that was the weird thing that I thought was said because you just came off the win with Justin Fields. We're like, all right, we're going to have, good progress kind of moving forward. But if you're going to go out and say this, how many coaches are out there? Oh, we have one for ourselves in New England. Who really goes and says, we're focusing on this week, we're taking studies. You have to admit anything to them. You guys have to show up, say what you just say and leave. But he went to the Saints, he went to the reporters to say, Andy Dalton is going to be the starter moving forward. That sucks, right? Not one, because Andy Dalton isn't great. Two, because it shows your lack of confidence in Justin Fields, even though he's the only one that's got you that win.
We're just getting some breaking news after breaking news in, man.
You know what I'm saying? That was on there. And so it's just like, that sucks because, one, by them not showing the faith, who knows if he's doing that to kind of rattle the team to come and support him, even though obviously.
Support who?
Fields.
Oh.
No, so there was an idea that came up and I was like, I didn't know how he's going with this at first, but he's like, maybe Matt Nagy was saying that he is going and saying this as to, and then, maybe Fields is going to be down or whatever from it. The team is going to rally for Fields because of how well he did and, show that he's the future. And then next, the team has his back kind of moving forward, and because at the end of the day, whether the coach has your back or the team has your back, the team is what wins games. And so if this team closer together for Fields, that's an idea. Kind of a wild take, but just something I heard that was really interesting to me.
It's just that these PR people, who's ever in charge of the Bears organization, letting all this intel get out is terrible at their job. I'm being so serious.
Yeah.
Like they just said this morning. Now we're just getting breaking news right now as we're on the air about this.
So what he's saying, this happened a couple days ago.
Matt
Nagy. Yeah, this happened this week.
This happened after the game against the Lions. He came out and said that he was going to be the starting quarterback when he's healthy. And then he just flip-flopped. He just flip-flopped a few days later, you know what I mean? So
that's not going to make anybody want to rally behind him.
No.
Or really Justin, because they'll be like, yo, we're going to rally behind Justin at the end of the day, but it's just like he was right there, and then you just pulled the fucking rug from underneath this guy.
Pretty much.
You're shooting his confidence down. Now he's really not going to think he's that great. Because he's going to look up every single time and see that he's behind Andy Dalton, where he was just embarrassing people.
Yeah.
Like less than a year ago on the fucking field. But we're going to go with the guy that was a backup in Dallas? Nah, this Chicago Bears deserve everything that's coming their way.
They really do.
They honestly and truly do, because that's fucked up for that young man right there.
I mean, for the love
That's
of God,
fucked up, man.
You know what I mean? Like, they've blown it on so many quarterbacks, and they've just, you know what I mean? Like, they finally got one, and they're wasting him on the bench with Andy Dalton, killing his confidence. Like, let him develop, dude. Like, let him develop. Like, you saw what happened, like, against a team like Detroit. You know,
We just talked about it being a little softball. Like, yo, let this man make his mistakes. Let him do some great things. And then at the end of the day, we could come back and fucking critique and organize shit that was just out of whack and just out of place.
Yeah.
This is not the move, bro.
No,
this is not the move.
Not the move. Speaking of the moves, though, I do know there's something you want to talk about. How can we forget? I know because it happened, a couple days ago. It was on Sunday night that it's almost out of our brains. But I'll tell you, I was there. I was there for this.
Oh yeah,
I did. And that's the Brady versus Mac showdown that happened at Gillette Stadium on Sunday night. When Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers came back into town to take on Mac Jones in the New England Patriots, and let's just call it like it is.
Yeah.
Mac Jones outplayed Tom Brady in that game. Now, it's a very loaded statement, right? Because we're not sitting here saying that Mac Jones is better than Tom Brady. We're not sitting here saying that Tom Brady's washed up. We're not sitting here even saying that we'd rather have Mac Jones than Tom Brady. What we are saying, though, is that in shitty conditions, because it was pouring, the weather was bad, in one of the most highly anticipated football games in NFL history, when, as a rookie, you got the GOAT coming back and the defending Super Bowl champs and the house that he built, and you know all the rivalries, you know all the narratives, everything. We could go on and on and on about all the backstories that come into play for that game. And Mac Jones balled out. He completed 31 for 40 of his passes. Yep. He threw for 2 touchdowns. I would like to say that his turnovers weren't really his fault. He had 1 interception, and it was a questionable throw, but the ball was catchable by Aguilar, and he wasn't able to come up with it. It was tip drilled and picked. He balled out, man. He really did, and he showed that he can. I don't know. I think he showed us that he's got like the mental toughness. He has like the intangibles, and he can play. He can just flat out play.
That boy was going to work. That game was a lot closer than I anticipated. I still took that spread at the 7.
A lot closer.
Yeah, I still took that spread at 7 for Tampa Bay. Ended up losing that, but still, it was just the fact that this man just kept the team competitive the whole way. Mind you, we don't have that great of receivers compared to theirs, and their receivers were just dropping pretty much everything. There was a few balls now that Brady threw over their heads, but some of them were right on the money, and those guys just couldn't cut it. Mac is going to people that he knows in times and situations that it's going to work and that they're going to complete it, get that first, get down. And he was doing that to perfection. So how the future's looking in New England with our quarterback play, I would say I'm more than excited for it. But to me, that defense got me way more excited. They were flying. Them boys are flying. I have to say that. But at the same time, we got to help out Mac with some actual receivers. We're going to have to pay some people this offseason coming up, maybe even before the trade deadline, because we're not out of this yet. You know what I'm saying? We're not 0-4. 1-3 is still shitty, but like we can make a turnaround. And from that game, man, it was just fun actually just watching it. But fuck Nick Folk, bro. Yeah.
Fuck Nick Folk. No, honestly, yeah, that was
No, I can't say fuck Nick Folk. I can't. I want to blame him for all of this, but I can't, bro. It was torrential downpour. They tried for a 50-something yard field goal, and it was not in their favor. I'm pretty sure it was windy too. Windy in the rain. You expect him to make over 50-something yard field goal? Come on now. It was. Yeah. You don't want to go for those 3 yards. Mac Jones is one of the most precise young quarterbacks in the league right now. His balls drop exactly where they need to be. Last week before, they were dropping, but it wasn't him that was dropping them. It was the receivers not catching them.
Exactly.
people started to show up. My man Jonu Smith actually caught a ball.
Right.
Think touchdown. They were balling out because everyone was kind of playing their piece. But what sucked is, we still have not all the right pieces that we need from an offensive standpoint. And like you were saying, there's things that we need to work on next season. And we stacked the defense. We got some defense. We got everything we need there.
See, that defense makes you excited, don't it? Yeah.
The defense.
Judon, my man.
I'm telling you, bro.
You know what I'm saying? He's this thing.
Yeah.
But we need some receivers, bro. We need some receivers. And Jacoby Myers, bro, I mean, I get it. Like, he's kind of like our number one right now, but he's not a number one receiver. You feel me?
No, bro.
We need to grow from there. And I feel like if we were able to get that asset that we need, probably maybe one or two more assets on offense, maybe another offensive lineman, because one Trent Brown's been hurt for the last couple of weeks, and he's like one of our better offensive linemen. Yeah. So that was, but just one more offensive lineman, maybe two, and I feel like we will be in the right place. It was a good game. A lot of things that needed to drop didn't drop. Like our run game was trash, and because it was raining, everyone was dropping balls.
Right.
But the big plays were made, and unfortunately, we didn't have enough big plays to come through at the end.
Because Nick Folk. Thank you. No, I'm playing. I'm playing.
No, honestly, yeah. I gotta say, man, I think the Patriots. It's a shame that we're 1-3 because we're a much better team than that, and I really just hope that if they are able to get us together for the next 2/3 of the year, which I think they will.
Yeah, right.
I just really hope that they haven't shot themselves in the foot. I mean, look, the schedule coming up, they got
11-point favorites.
They got Houston, they got the Jets coming up.
Yeah.
They do got some tough games. They do got to play the Browns. They got to play the Cowboys. But yeah, no, they have winnable games. It's actually not the worst schedule, and I really think if they can turn it around, hopefully, they haven't shot themselves in the foot. Don't forget, there's 3 wild card teams now, so right as of last year, they upped the wild card, so we have an extra spot in each division. So yeah, I'm hoping the Patriots are able to sneak by on a wild card, but we'll see.
That is a kind of draining schedule, huh?
Yeah. But they have winnable games in there though.
No, for sure they do.
They definitely go with some winnable games. So we will see what happens. I mean, what else we got? We got the Raiders went up against the Chargers on Monday Night Football. Raiders and Derek Carr finally came back down to earth a little bit. Yeah. And Chargers kind of showed who's boss maybe in that division for right now because. Hey, they're looking really good. What do we think? Derek Carr and the Raiders, legit?
I kind of like him. Yeah, I was against him at the beginning of the season, but I've been watching them play. I actually like him a lot, man.
I don't really mind. I don't mind them. Like, I just don't know if I trust them.
Oh,
like,
I don't trust them.
You know what I mean?
See, hey, brother. I never said trust. It's just like Dallas. I don't trust them motherfuckers.
Yeah.
I like them from time to time just because I see the flashes and the glimpses.
Right.
That boy, Michael Pearson,
what
we talked about from way back, the D lineman for the Cowboys, been balling. I mean, been putting up like rookie stats numbers that have been unheard of. So, like, applause for them. But just what comes along with the Raiders, the theatrics, John Gruden.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I just like everything about it. And they're actually balling out. They're keeping games, like, close. It's not like the last previous years where, they were doing well, then all of a sudden halftime they're just getting smoked. Right. You know what I'm saying? Or the third quarter they just implode on themselves. They're actually staying consistent and true to themselves. So I like it.
Yeah.
I'm very interested.
Gordon, what do you think about the Raiders?
We can't hear you, bro.
Uh-oh.
We can't hear you, bro.
There he
sorry,
man.
There he is.
Sorry, dude. Man, there's so much stuff going on right now. I'm trying to focus on everything.
Gordon, you're a busy man.
Let me hear. What was the last main thing we was talking about?
We just want to get your opinion real quick on the Raiders before we move on.
Nah?
Yeah.
On the Raiders?
Yeah.
I think the Raiders are kind of fake good right now.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to say I'm not saying they're a bad team, but I do think they're kind of fake good. Not last year's Steelers fake good, because that was real fake because they were just winning against shitty teams.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I don't expect the Raiders to be that team. I think Derek Carr's having a decent season, but I don't know. I'm not locked in on the Raiders. I don't think they're gonna. They might make a wild card game, but other than that, I don't see anything too crazy out of them.
Nothing special.
What do you guys think about the game coming up tonight, man? We got Seahawks. We got the Rams. This game is in Seattle, right?
Tough.
This game's in Seattle, yeah.
2.5 spread
So games,
right
games in Seattle. Look, if there's one division I'm looking forward to playing each other all year in football, it's this NFC West, man. I really,
Always.
The Cardinals, the 49ers, Seahawks, and Rams, I think no matter what combination of those two teams are playing each other, you're going to get some good football and some interesting stuff. I'm going to go with the Rams here. I don't really know why I am.
You know why. You picked the motherfuckers at the beginning of the season.
I know.
You did.
Oh, yeah, come on, don't cap. Look at this motherfucking capping over here.
I did. Look, I'm gonna pick the Rams, but there's something about the Seahawks in divisional games that
They turn up.
They do. They have a way to bring it in divisional games. That's the thing that scares me. Is like I said, I'm very confident in the Rams, but divisional games are a whole new animal. I don't know. I'll take the Rams. I'll take the Rams 2.5 tonight, but
I'm taking my Seahawks 2.5, man. Fuck that. Matter of fact, I'm taking the money line.
Wow.
I'm gonna take the money line. I believe in Russ, man. That's my QB. That's
I love
my
it.
QB.
The
bro.
Rams getting brought back down to earth. Maybe lose two straight.
They have to. They have to in order for Seattle to keep going on the track that they need to, because they had that big win last week. Now they have to come back and counter it this time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Yo, what you got for tonight? He don't even know. He's worried about the banks right now, boy.
Dude, tonight, I don't know. It's gonna be a good game tonight. I can see it. I can just feel tonight being exceptional.
I can feel it in the air.
So I'm over here looking at it, and I'm just like, you know what? I don't even want to make a bet tonight. I don't even know, because I feel like it's just gonna be such a good game. We gotta keep it pure. But at the end of the day, who's my starting quarterback on fantasy, Justin? Who's my starting quarterback?
We don't know.
I don't know.
Matt Stafford.
Is it
Who's my receiver, Justin?
Is it
Cooper Kupp.
Cooper Kupp.
Dynamic duo. That's where you need to be at.
Isn't this team 0-4?
I was gonna say.
Let me tell you something, son.
So you picking the Seahawks? Is that what you're getting at?
I'm saying Rams, boy. I'm saying Rams. I think they're gonna pull it through. I mean, granted, Russell's been there. When's the last time Stafford's played the Seahawks? You know what I'm saying? I mean, think about who's been playing who more frequently, whose defense can really get broken down the best. And I think Russell has a better understanding of the Rams defense versus other than vice versa.
All right.
But
I think that.
Stafford, I think he's got a lot of chemistry the last couple of weeks. Like Higbee's been playing better. Kupp's been balling out every week. What Kupp have 2 touchdowns last week?
Yep.
They've been balling out together, and I think they're going to continue to ball out because the chemistry is getting there. So
I like it. I like it. Hey, guys, don't forget. NBA season starting back up. Get them juices flowing. We got some games on tonight. No Celtics playing tonight, but I definitely am going to tune in to go see that 76ers Raptors game. I just want to see how that team is.
Is that tonight?
Yeah, it's
tonight. When does when does the regular season actually kick off?
I think it's Halloween.
Is it Halloween?
I think it's Halloween the day before. It's always around the end of October.
Nice.
But yeah, that's it for me.
All right. Well, the fall's coming. We got NFL wrap up. Yeah, trick or treat.
Trick or treat, motherfucker.
See what you get. It's just like the trenches, that bucket of candy. You never know what you're gonna get. You never know what you're gonna get. Could be sweet, could be sour.
I'm on my beast mode shit right now, baby.
You never know. But I think we can kind of wrap it up. Honestly, we touched pretty much on everything. We honestly, there was more stuff to talk about than I thought. We got Urban Meyer. We got what's going on in the NBA. We got a bunch of stuff going on in the NFL with some rookie quarterbacks and some good matchups coming up. It's gonna be interesting. Thursday Night Football will be coming at you tonight, like we just talked about. Seahawks and Rams. Don't forget, if you're out there listening, the Hedge Better Spread 'em. We're running that weekly competition, guys. Only $10 to get in. Great payout. A lot of fun. All you got to do is check out Hedge Better, get the template for the week, fill it out, send it back to us, send us a Venmo. You're locked and loaded. Follow us on social media. You can catch that at Hedge Better. You can follow us on Instagram at @thetrenches_HB. Make sure to follow us. Check us out. You can see us on YouTube when you go to Hedge Better. Go to the Trenches playlist. You can watch all of us live on YouTube. Other than that, guys, tell your friends. Make sure you're watching, sharing, checking out our content. And like I said, check out the rest of the stuff. Check out whatever else HB has to offer. We'll catch you guys hopefully next week. Episode 16, a wrap in the books. Don Gordon, SK, J Fine. We'll catch you guys later.